Emily, Jenna, thanks very much for speaking to us, Entertainment.ie. Pleasure to meet you both. First off, I saw that this film was pitched as the female 300. Now that sounds both very cool and also incredibly daunting. Were you nervous at all about attaching yourself to sort of such a physical role as this?
I think as soon as I met Zach, he explained, we have so much. We're going to be doing so much training that I kind of trusted. I mean, I trust in his abilities to make people, sort of into warriors. So I kind of wasn't feeling too much pressure in terms of the female 300 title. But yeah, of course, it was nerve-wracking to be going in and doing something so physically demanding.
Yeah, and I think out of anyone in the entire world, there's no one I would trust more than Zack Snyder to turn me into a superhero. I mean, literally, there's no one else in the world who could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely was not the first, you wouldn't look at me before this film and be like, oh yeah, she could kick some ass. But he really imbued us with that confidence and made us believe it and put us through an incredible amount of training that, brought us to new levels every single day. And I mean, what a gift of a director, to be able to sort of give us that kind of idea of ourselves.
Sure. And I wonder if you could just tell me a little bit about the training that went in to prepare for these roles.
It was the most demanding thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Ever?
Yeah.
Full stop.
The first 3 months was 6 to 8 hours every day. We'd start with 3.5 hours, 4 hours of martial arts. We'd have a 45-minute juice break, smoothie break, icing break, napping break, whatever we needed. And then we'd work with these Navy SEALs to do physical training, weights, circuit training, building us up to be like a, top performance athlete capability.
Right.
And then we'd have another little break, and we'd either go get corsets or guns fittings, or dancing. I mean, it was
everything.
Every level, It's
so, do you generally feel much more dangerous now, much more of a badass just walking around?
Yeah, definitely.
When we were filming, particularly, I think we all felt when we were in the thick of that.
Yeah.
We felt like nobody can touch us, I think.
For sure.
We were feeling pretty tough.
I think it gives you more of an inner strength than I think an outer sort of cockiness, just being able to know. Yeah, and it gave me more of a respect for athletes, and people who really push their bodies to limits that are kind of unknown,
Yeah. Emily, I wonder if you could just tell me a little bit about your character and what it was that attracted you to the role.
Okay, so I play Baby Doll. Baby D. She sort of loses, everything that's important to her at the beginning of the film. She gets put into this insane asylum by her stepfather, and she's, willing to stop at nothing to get free. And then, over the course of the film, she bands together with these girls and forms a really strong bond with these girls, and it becomes less about her own survival and, more about protecting her friends, I think. And what attracted me to the character was just, I mean, I've never seen such a cool, interesting, layered character for a female in an action film. I mean, it was just kind of ideal for me,
Particularly of that age, because there's been so many incredible, female heroines throughout the history of cinema. But to talk about, young women in an insane asylum, a film that's operating on so many different levels of reality, I mean, for me, that was so unknown and so exciting as an actor,
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys both of your characters sort of embodied almost like the emotional center of the film. With that in mind, was it difficult to find a balance between, like I said, the heavy kind of action scenes and providing a strong narrative? Was that, or was it just you trusted Zach's guidance entirely?
Yeah, I mean, luckily we had Zach, at every, basically we had this open invitation to his imagination. And, one day we're working in, World War I trenches with real, dirt bombs going off and, holding real rifles, and there's real soldiers, and there's 7-foot tall walls, and it feels so real that he just surrounds you by all of these incredible details. You can't help but get lost in it, and then to be able to move next door to a little bathroom scene between the two of us where it's all about emotional intimacies, and and he sort of quiets down and clears the set, and he knows how to switch it up as a director, catering to either the physical confidence or the emotional through lines, and I think that was the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
Right, well guys, I have to wrap it up now, but thanks very much for speaking to me. It was a great pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks.